Pacific coast of Japan. Any of those that are listening to this broadcast that are anywhere near the coast, please do go to higher ground. And tsunamis, as you know, has hits the coast several times. We are in the studio feeling still some aftershocks as we speak. Here is some view of the sites we're seeing in Tokyo. And as you can see, our cameras are still feeling the aftershocks of this earthquake. People near the coast should immediately evacuate to higher ground. A powerful earthquake with a magnitude 7.9 struck the northern region in Japan just before 3 p.m. local time. Its intensity reported to be 7. That's the maximum on the Japanese seismic scale of 0 to 7. Right now in the studio, looks like some of the aftershock has been felt, but looks like things are more and more back to normal as we speak. We do not have any information in regards to how much damages have been felt, but it was a situation where majority of our staff in this newsroom had to crawl under the desk for safety. Everybody had to stay away from the windows and anything that could fall upon us. The earthquake was strongly felt by every member of the staff here in the newsroom. Once again, a major earthquake with a magnitude 7.9 has hit Japan. The Meteorological Agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. People near the coast should evacuate immediately to higher ground. Tsunamis do not come at once. They hit several times. We will need to keep you updated on the situation as we speak. In Miyagi Prefecture, northeastern Japan, an intensity of 7 was recorded on the Japanese seismic scale. Here's a scene from Sendai, Japan, and how strong the earthquake was felt in one of our studios in Sendai. This is one of our NHK studios in Sendai, northern Japan. And this happened a few minutes ago, right here in Japan's main island of Honshu. A major earthquake with a magnitude 7.9 has hit Japan. The Meteorological Agency has issued a tsunami warning for the Japan coast. Similar situation was felt here in the newsroom of NHK newsroom here in Tokyo, where the staff had to evacuate under their desks. It looks like a light has gone out in our Sendai studio. Things have returned relatively to a normal situation. Here's the live view of some buildings outside of downtown Shibuya. As you can see, people have been exiting the building and are, just in case anything happens, they are outside of the office buildings. As you can see, here's a live footage of a building in downtown Shibuya, Tokyo. This comes after a major earthquake occurred earlier, magnitude 7.9. The Meteorological Agency has issued a tsunami warning along the Pacific coast of Japan. People near the coast should immediately evacuate to higher ground. Once again, a major earthquake with a magnitude of 7.9 has hit Japan. The Meteorological Agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. The warning is a tsunami may be as high as 6 meters in some areas in northern Japan. The tsunami could be as high as 6 meters in some areas in northern Japan. People near the coast should evacuate immediately to higher ground. In Miyagi Prefecture, northeastern Japan, an intensity of 7 maximum was recorded on the Japanese seismic scale. And we're keeping you updated as more information becomes available. Once again, here's footage of our studios in Sendai, northern Japan, and exactly what the situation looked like as it happened. A major earthquake with a magnitude 7.9 has hit Japan, and this is the situation in our Sendai studio earlier on, our Sendai newsroom rather, earlier on, with a major earthquake of magnitude 7.9 hitting Japan. The Meteorological Agency issued a tsunami warning that could be as high as 6 meters along Japan's Pacific coast. People near the coast should evacuate immediately to higher ground. In Miyagi Prefecture, northeastern Japan, an intensity of 7 maximum was recorded on the Japanese seismic scale.
This is Tokyo.
This is the Tokyo NHK's newsroom in Tokyo. Recorded earlier. This is our newsroom in Tokyo in the Chiyoda ward, near the Japanese Diet building. This is what it looked like a few minutes ago right here in downtown Tokyo. A powerful earthquake with a magnitude of 7.9 struck northern Japan. That is just before 3 or around 2:45 p.m. local time. Its intensity is reported 7 in the Japanese seismic scale. That is the maximum from 0 to 7. And the highest was reported in Miyagi. You're looking at footage right now of what happened here in Tokyo. That's our newsroom in Chiyoda Ward, right near the Japanese Diet building. Just before coming on air, we felt the same kind of tremor. Most of our staff has sought safety under desks. Some were holding TV panels or the computer panels just to keep things steady. But as you can see, it has knocked over desks, cabinets. The earthquake was quite strongly felt here in Tokyo. For those of you that are just tuning in to NHK World, major earthquake with a magnitude of 7.9 has hit Japan. The Meteorological Agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. The warning says tsunami may be as high as 6 meters in some areas, especially in northern Japan. People living or people near the coast should evacuate immediately to higher ground. Here's live footage in Tokyo. And it looks like the crowd that has evacuated out of the building are no longer near the building. And it seems like cars are running as normal. There doesn't seem to be any visible sites of any damage at this point here in downtown Tokyo. And we are going to show you a wider shot of the Tokyo region. It's about 20 minutes since the earthquake has occurred. And here's a look of the entire downtown Tokyo area. We don't seem to be able to observe any immediate damage or visible damage at this time. Obviously, things are fluid at this time and things can change as we speak. Miyagi Prefecture being one of the hardest hit, 7.9 magnitude there, 7.0 on the Japanese seismic scale, which is the highest. The Meteorological Agency issuing a warning of tsunami, which could be, they say, as high as 6 meters. And here is the live footage of downtown Tokyo right now after a major earthquake has hit Japan. Once again, for those of you who are tuning in, a major earthquake with a magnitude 7.9, magnitude 7.9 that is, has hit Japan. The Meteorological Agency has issued a warning for Japan's Pacific coast. The warning says tsunami may be as high as 6 meters in some areas in northern Japan. People near the coast should evacuate immediately to higher ground. In Miyagi Prefecture, northeastern Japan, an intensity of 7 was recorded. That's 7 from the Japanese seismic scale of 7, from a scale of 1 to 7, that is the highest scale. We are feeling a bit of aftershocks at this time in Tokyo. Once again, in our studio, as I'm sitting in front of the news desk, in front of the camera, we are feeling aftershocks of an earthquake, a little bit of shaking of this building that we are in right now in the studios. This is after a major earthquake with a magnitude of 7.9 has hit Japan. You are seeing live footage of downtown Tokyo. And you may be able to see the camera shaking a bit at this time. We are feeling aftershocks as I speak in the studio. This is after a major earthquake with a magnitude of 7.9 has hit Japan. The Meteorological Agency issuing tsunami warning along the Japan's Pacific coast. The warnings say the tsunami may be as high as 6 meters in some areas in northern Japan. Let's go back to what happened about 20 minutes ago in our Sendai newsroom. This is what it looked like earlier on in northern Japan. 7.9 magnitude earthquake has hit Japan. We're trying to get details of the extent of the damage at this time. Desks, looks like things falling off the desks, cabinets falling down. As you can see, signs swaying inside our newsroom in Sendai, northern Japan. Here in Tokyo, we felt a similar tremor. Most of our staff were under the desk when it hit our studios. A major earthquake with a magnitude of 7.9 hitting Japan. The Meteorological Agency issuing a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. Warnings say the tsunami may is big as high as 6 meters in some areas in northern Japan. Here's earlier footage of what happened right here in Tokyo in our Chiyoda Ward newsroom right next to the Diet. This is what it looked like in Tokyo. We felt quite a big shake here. Staff moving around, some staff looking for cover under the desks. Cabinets falling. Along with partitions, anything that wasn't stable tended to go along with the shake. A major earthquake hitting Japan earlier today, about 25 minutes ago. U.S. Geological Survey says the quake was magnitude 7.9. Japan's Meteorological Agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. The warning says a tsunami may be as high as 6 meters in some areas in the region. People near the coast should evacuate immediately to higher ground if they are near that area. In Miyagi Prefecture, northeastern Japan, an intensity of 7 was recorded on the Japanese seismic scale of 0 to 7, the highest level possible. According to the Nuclear Power Security Agency, the 5 nuclear power plants in northeastern Japan have been shut down. According to the Nuclear Power Security Agency, the 5 nuclear power plants in northeastern Japan have been shut down. This is our studios at this time. We are feeling, as you can see, a bit of a shake still happening. We're feeling some of the aftershocks from that magnitude 7.9 earthquake earlier on. This is live footage of the studio at this time. We're taking a shot of the lights above us. And I am sitting on the desk where usually the business reporter sits because of these lights being right in front of the World News anchor desk. We get a wider shot and you can see how this situation is. We can see some of the lights still shaking from the aftershocks right here in our Tokyo studios. Some of the people that have evacuated from buildings in downtown Tokyo, these are live footage from downtown Tokyo. Some of the people evacuating from their buildings after the 7.9 quake earlier in northeastern Japan and Miyagi felt earlier today. This is live shots of downtown Tokyo, people evacuating from office buildings. They're waiting outside just to make sure that everything are safe. Everything is safe. As you can see from the live footage, cars are running, and it looks like things are back to normal. There doesn't seem to be any visible damage that we can see from these live shots. A major earthquake hitting Japan earlier today. The U.S. Geological Survey saying that the quake was magnitude 7.9. Japan's Meteorological Agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. The warning says a tsunami may be as high as 6 meters in some areas in the region. People near the coast should evacuate immediately to higher ground. Tsunamis do come in several sets. So please do not go anywhere near the coast to even try to look what's happening. In Miyagi Prefecture, northeastern Japan, an intensity of 7 was recorded on the Japanese seismic scale of 0 to 7. According to the Nuclear Power Security Agency, the 5 nuclear power plants in northeastern Japan have shut down.